to Rock State Park. Chasing the Shot is all about going on journeys, and a lot of those journeys, if not most of those journeys, are all journeys that are drivable for me. So trying to find local parks, local public lands that I can explore, waterfalls that I can explore. A great photograph doesn't need to be of an epic location. It just needs to be full of feeling, emotion, and you can get that a lot more than you know in local areas. It just takes a little research, a little traveling, a little planning, and that's really what Chasing the Shot is all about. Chasing the Shot today is no different. I'm going on a trip to Rock State Park in Maryland. It's the northern part of Maryland, not too far from the Pennsylvania border. And hopefully we're going to find some things that really do some inspiring as far as photography goes. So I'm going to take you on the journey. We're going to do some hiking, and we're going to take some photographs, and we're going to explore Rock State Park in Maryland. However, I do have a couple of stops ahead of time. First stop is at Cunningham Falls State Park. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this red trail. Actually, we're going to take the yellow trail to a waterfall, and we'll come back on the red trail. So this is the yellow trail. That's the trail we're going to take to the waterfall. And down here is the red trail, and that's the trail that we'll come back on. It's about a 1 mile hike altogether. And hiking is something that I've really started enjoying a lot more as of recently. What I find is I'm always hiking to find great photography. And I think part of the reason behind that is, a lot of the unique, great photographs, well, they're not there for, just anybody to be able to capture. You have to hike a little bit. Quick 1 to 3 mile trails is what I've been doing over the past couple of years. But what I'm finding is I'm getting more and more intrigued about doing longer hikes and maybe even overnight hikes. So side note, and if you do any hiking, you see this all the time, but you see this bag of trash. Guys, please take care of nature. Respect others, respect nature, and leave no trace. I enjoy being in the woods. I enjoy being in the mountains, and I enjoy the getaway. I enjoy the disconnect. I enjoy the adventure. Hiking's just an awesome experience. Recently, I've started using an app called All Trails, and All Trails gives you a lot of different information about the trail that you're on, as well as surrounding trails. Let me know in the comments below if you use an app to track your hiking. This is what I've been using. I'm not sure if it's the best, but it seems to be okay as of right now. Let me show you a little tool I use on my hikes. When you're hiking through the woods, well, for me, one of the most pain in the neck things is when you walk through spider webs. I hate having the web all over your face and your head, and it's just not my thing. So I use a stick in the woods that's fairly sturdy, just kind of swing it in circles ahead of me, and that usually takes care of all the webs. So far, outside of that one bag of trash, I think the state park takes very good care of the trails here. They're well marked, they're cleaned up, and as you can see here, rangers going around refreshing the marks and making sure everything's safe. Great park as far as upkeep, and that's a big deal when it comes to any park. Upkeep can make or break an experience for anybody that's visiting the park, hiking, or doing whatever it is they're doing at the park. If you've never done any video work, I think one thing that is completely underestimated is the ability to capture good video on a hiking trip, or any trip for that matter. Setting up different interesting camera views and going to all the work to try to get these cool shots. Like in this one, I'm about to try to get a shot with me walking down these rocks. I just set the camera up, and now I'm going to start walking by. Uh-oh, Pam. Yes. That's a very expensive camera that just fell and smashed against the rocks. However, I got lucky and it was still in good shape, no problems. It's just a tricky thing to be handling cameras and tripods and things while you're walking these rocky trails. As you can see, there's an invasive plant in Rock State Park, and from the looks of it, it appears that this is a battle that is, well, it doesn't look winnable. The grass is everywhere. And that brings me upon what appears to be the actual waterfall. And they have a viewing area, as a lot of parks do, where you can go on a deck and it takes you somewhat close to the waterfall. But I'm not sure that's exactly what I want to do.
think I want to take the non-conventional route so I can get some better photographs. I always love that sound when I'm getting real close to the waterfall and you start to hear that water moving. That's a really awesome experience when you're hiking. It's right about this time that I realized I had forgotten my GoPro housing. I was gonna wear my GoPro on my head with the head mount, but you can't really do much at all without the GoPro housing. It's not in my truck. I'd go back and get it if it was, but I left it at home. So you spend an hour packing and still forget one of your key pieces of equipment. Today's being a little frustrating. And then, to add on to it, I'm realizing this scene has a lot of dynamic range issues, and then this happens. Yes, I'm going to find out exactly how water resistant my hiking shoes are. I've worn them 5 or 6 times on hikes, but haven't really had any issues with, that or, getting wet at all. So, luckily, the water resistancy of these shoes was really good and my feet stayed dry. Things take a turn for the worse. When you're preparing or packing for a trip like this, when you're doing both documentary video or vlogging as well as taking photography, there's a lot of stuff to pack.
Sometimes things can be real frustrating when you're trying to videotape and it seems like they just keep coming whenever they start coming. So I got to the waterfall, and on the Fred Sanford scale of you big dummy, 1 out of 10, I just scored a 9.5. And if you don't know who Fred Sanford is, just let her go. But the waterfall photographers know this. You almost have to have 2 things: a polarizer to bring out detail and color and get rid of reflection, and an ND filter so you can slow the shutter speed way down to get that creamy, that silky smooth water. Guess who forgot their ND filters and their polarizer? Yeah, that's me. So 9.5 on the big dummy scale. So next up is a Best Buy or somewhere where I can get some filters, because I have 0. I was packing so much stuff away. I forgot probably the most important thing when it comes to waterfall photography besides the camera. So let's see if we can find a Best Buy. So there wasn't a Best Buy within 100 miles that had an ND filter. A couple of them had polarizers or UV filters, but none of them had ND filters, especially in the size I was looking for, which was 72 millimeter. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm hiking through the woods and getting some peace, taking in some scenery, trying out some new trails I haven't tried out. Look at these roots. And even if I can't get silky waterfalls, then I'm gonna enjoy the experience and get the best shots that I can get. I'm on to the next trail, and this is the Falling Branch Trail to Kilgore Falls. pretty cool. This looks like a this is cool. This is beautiful. Because I'm having to raise the f-stop up to, let's see, I got it at 18 right now. I'm getting a shutter speed of about, a quarter. ISO 100. Water is gold. But I'm getting some nice looking water in the photo. This is definitely, I'm sure, a local favorite. Get to cool off and have a lot of fun and kind of be away from everybody. This is a really cool waterfall.
I'm so happy I was able to slow my shutter speed down just enough to get that wonderful look. But now it's on to the next trail.
So this is another part of Rock State Park. It's about 4 miles up the road from the place that we were just at. And you can do this 2 different ways when it comes to this place. This place is called the King and Queen Seat. And it supposedly has a pretty decent view, so hopefully it's worth it. You can do this 2 different ways. You can take the long trail, which is several miles. Not a whole lot to see on the trail. I did do part of it, and now I'm gonna finish it by cheating a little bit. There is a parking area with a picnic area kind of right near King and Queen Seat. And that's the picnic area. Nice area, has a parking lot. There's no one here. And here you can see King and Queen Seat. So let's check it out. Really don't know how long this hike is gonna be. Also a little bit unsure about, how good the view is gonna be, because it just doesn't feel like I'm that far as far as in elevation. So I don't know if it's high enough to get a wonderful view, but it is here for a reason as far as an attraction, so we're gonna check it out. It didn't fall that time. It's September, and I'm not that far northern Maryland, but you can definitely see, and this is mid-September, some of the leaves are definitely starting to change already. On Delmarva, we don't have any leaves changing color yet. They don't usually start happening until, until we get into October a decent bit. You can see them falling though. I would call myself a warm weather person. But both spring and fall have a special place in my heart. You know, it's just something about the cool night temps and the leaves falling. And in the spring with everything coming back to life. Uh-oh. Before I wrap the day up, I'm kind of working my way back towards home, towards the Delmarva Peninsula. The light's just getting right. It's about 5 o'clock. It's September, so the sun is, getting pretty low in the sky. And I wanted to see if there was, anything where I could take advantage of that. And hopefully I was able to find something. I think today was a classic example that these chasing the shot, or when you're out and about looking for a photograph, just don't set crazy high expectations. I say that before I even get home and look at the photos, but it just, things just didn't go right today. And that just happens. What I did do is I gained some more experience. I gained some more experience hiking. I gained some more experience as a photographer. And there's nothing like just, getting out and about and just you and nature. You're not always gonna find that perfect shot. That's a long ways away from a wasted trip. You can't let that frustration take over.
if you can find some tranquil moments, some moments where you can just be by yourself with just the flow of a river, you know, in the mountains, make sure you take that opportunity, because it revitalizes you, it energizes you, and you know, just breathe. Not everything's gonna go your way, but that doesn't mean it has to make for a bad day while you're chasing the shot.